In this video, I want to teach you guys something very important, and I think that this video will genuinely help you to improve your communication skills, your communication ability in English. So a quick disclaimer at first, I think that myself, I don't have that good of English language. I can speak in English, but seeing your guys' comments, especially on the latest video, I think that this video is worth it to film, because you guys, I think that are like probably so inspired from my videos to speak English genuinely without glazing myself. So that's why in this video I'm here to teach you guys on how to speak good English. Now, everybody knows how to speak English, because in Nepal also we are like taught how to speak English from a very young age in our school, and in our courses also, in SE, in every examination there's like English subject, compulsory English subject. It is actually for a fact in top of the credit score. That's why it is like, if not then the most prioritized subject in our country after Nepali. So the way you improve your English language is by just speaking more. Yep, that's the single greatest tip that I can give you. Now, what do I mean by that? How do you speak more? Well, I want you to imagine this. How do you guys think that our Indian language is so like very good, our Hindi? How do you think that? Well, it's because from a very young age we were taught how to speak English by cartoons. We used to watch many films in Hindi, and like we used to spend most of our time, learning Hindi rather than English. That's why we can understand, we can talk Hindi fluently in Nepal. Now imagine if we did that same for English. How would have our current English have been if we had done the same? Well, it will look very fluent, So the single greatest tip that I can give you all to carry to, improve your English language is to just, practice it more, watch more films in English, and film. Like I'm filming right now. As you guys can see, I'm pressing the record button. I'm filming this unfiltered video very often. I encourage you guys to do this as well, because before filming my YouTube channel, my English was decent, but I didn't have the confidence at first to talk like this, and in second, it has just been better than before. So I highly encourage you guys to film, keep your phone in like this somewhere, and use your hands and just talk whatever you want to talk. And second tip I want to give you guys is that stop saying this filthy, I don't know what you call this, but I think it's called filler words. Yeah, filler words. Stop using those filler words. Now, what's filler words? Filler words is something basically like saying saying that. Now, I learned this from Andrew Tate the other day, yesterday, and this was so powerful in my opinion. He was saying that, let's say a person asks you what's 2 plus 2, and you say 4. You look dumb, you sound dumb, but imagine that same person told you what's 2 plus 2. Now in this situation you say 4 without saying filler words. That was you sound so much better. So stop using those filler words. Now, it can be hard. If you see my first video, then I have cut down so many parts and I have used filler words so many times, but it has been improving since that year. I have made this YouTube channel, it has been 1 year, and if you compare my first video to this video, it's not that I don't use filler words. I've used filler words 2-3 times, multiple times in this video as well, but I don't speak in that way that I used to speak a year before. So stop using those filler words, and the way you do that is you go in front of a mirror, or you press record in your phone, and then you just speak, you just talk, you talk about a certain topic, let's say football, for 1 minute, 2 minute. There, I said okay, so you just talk for 1 minute, 2 minute, 3 minute, depending upon the goal you set at first, and then you just talk about that topic. So for example, let's say we are talking about football. We talk about football for non-stop, for 1 minute, 2 minute, however you want to set your goal, and then you try your best to not say filler words. And the way you do that is by taking what we call a pause. You see, I can say like, I went to play football the another day, or I can just say, I went to play football the another day. Look, it seems so better if you stop using filler words and replace it with pause. Now, the thing why we don't use pause so often is that we are like scared in a type of way, because we don't want to we have this feeling, this fear in which we don't want to have that gap while talking to someone else. We just want to connect with them. We just want to talk like non-stop about everything. You know what I'm saying? So just prioritize pause. It will be nothing if you just pause for like 2, 3, 4, even 5 seconds in a conversation with someone. So start prioritizing pause. And the third thing, which I found is the killer, the most important aspect while learning English. First of all, you gotta have that will that you want to improve. That's the level 0, that's the base. But we have covered some good golden tips. The first one was to practice it more. The second one was to just stop using those filler words. And the third one is that I think I've already covered this in the first one, giving you the example of that Hindi language. But yeah, let's talk about it in the third tip, is to watch more English films and the influencers who prioritize English. For me, my English has been improved since I started to watch YouTube. And in 6th class, 7th class, I used to watch various content creators who used to prioritize English, who used to talk in English, and that's why I think my English has improved a lot. Now, the fourth and the final tip that I want to give you guys is to replace some words, some sort of to prioritize some words, some pre-planned words while talking. So for me, what I plan is you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying before I talk with someone else. So you know what I'm saying? You guys have probably heard me saying this so much often in my videos. I learned this from Marlon, who is a streamer. I find this tip so important because it really makes you sound fluent. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna give you guys 2 scenarios to imagine. In one scenario, I just talk. So guys, like this, you learn English. And in second, I say, so guys, like this, you learn English. You know what I'm saying? See, the second one sounds so fluent, so what we say, spontaneous, so supercalifragilisticexpialidocious, and yeah, it just feels so fluent in a certain way that you guys will seem ahead of everyone else if you guys incorporate this in your speaking sessions or practice sessions. So it doesn't have to be, you know what I'm saying, you can take this, I took it from someone else, so you can definitely take this. But I think that if you want to make your own version of, you know what I'm saying, you can do that, you're free to do that. But the thing to keep in mind is that it should sound like smooth, it should sound like fluent in a way. So if you incorporate these four things, one was to talk more, one was to watch more like English based movies and things, one was that don't use filler words such as and the last one, there you go, to make your own version of, you know what I'm saying, or the pre-planned, you know, sentences. So yeah, if you use these four things, then I guarantee that your English will be better than before. Now, again, I want to say I'm not perfect. I have like disobeyed the four things that, you know, I mentioned. I still use those filler words, but the thing is that I'm improving, and yeah, it takes time. Like in the gym, like you build muscles, you have to progressively overload. All right, so the tip that I gave you all was to keep a cam and record yourself talking continuously, unfilteredly. I suggest to you that you progressively overload, and the way you can do that is by setting weekly goals. So for example, in first week, if I was a starter, in first week I would set a goal that I will talk in a certain topic, for example, let's say football, for like 1 minute. Then I will talk that for 7 days for first week, and then in second week I will increase that 1 minute to 3 minutes, and I'll talk in the same topic for 3 minutes. Then in third week 5 minutes, then 10 minutes, and you know, it comes to a certain point that you don't even have to count. You can just like yap, you can just larp for like an hour or an hour plus. Genuinely, I'm speaking with experience. So yeah, I hope you guys implement the 4 tip that I gave you all in this video. And a quick bonus tip is to take pause more. Take pause more, because it's not weird and you sound professional. Okay, so yeah, that was it. I hope you guys enjoyed my video, and yeah, peace out.